Hello, hello, hello. Yes, you've heard it before that being confident on camera takes practice. But it's hard to believe when it comes from the person who looks like they were born with it. Well, maybe it'll help you to know the entire backstory of their live video confidence. Let's talk about it. Hey there. It feels so good to be back with you. And if this is your first time here with me, hi, my name is Ella Glasgow, and I am your show stopping virtual event producer hired by corporate meeting and event planners to help them create impactful virtual and hybrid events without pulling their hair out trying to figure out all the tech and logistics. And we do this using our signature Encore method for transformational virtual experiences that go far beyond the screen. And yes, today we are talking about live online video confidence for your presentations, for your meetings, for your events, wherever it is that you have to be live online. This is for you today. You got to be on camera. This is for you today. And hey, if you are here with me live, let me know that you're here with me live. And if you are here with me in the replay, let me know that you're here with me in the replay. This is a conversation between you and I about being confident on camera. And if this is something that you know a colleague would enjoy or needs to hear, then I want you to spread this like your best gossip around the virtual water cooler. So I had this thought with myself about live video conference. We are in a day and age where we all have to be on video now. And not everybody, not most of us have gotten live on video presentation training. And it can be really, really easy to believe that the ones that you've been watching, your favorite online presenters, whether they be live streamers or the people that are presenting live or virtually at work for events that you've been going to, and the ones that you love, it's easy for you to believe that they were just born with it. Maybe they're born with it. No, they were not. They were not born with it. I can 100% tell you that they were not. Now, some people have just a natural knack for being in front of the camera, but even those with a natural knack still have to use these tools that I'm going to be talking with you about today. And I want you to know that as confident as I seem on camera, it did not come to me naturally. It was not something that I even dreamed or wanted to do. And I would love to hear from you right now. I want to know if being on camera is something that you absolutely love, or if being on camera is something that makes you go, "Mm." And I can tell you that when I first went online, I first did my very first live video, I had to be forced kicking and screaming. And if my coach Marley Mahoney is watching, then she will know that this is true. That I had to be forced kicking and screaming. And thank you so much to those of you that are here with me live. For sure, give me that hashtag live if you're here with me live so I can see who's here with me, because I want to be in this conversation with you. But yeah, let me know when the first time that you went live. And when I say live, I'm not necessarily talking about live streaming. Obviously, right now, I'm live streaming, but I'm talking about the thing that you have to do like every day right now, like the thing that you did not necessarily want to do, you weren't ready to do, you didn't dream to do, and that is to have to do online presentations. But this is where we are right now, and turning that camera on is so incredibly important. It creates that trust factor between you and the person that's on the other side. It's something that helps you to move the part of the process wherever you are in the process, whether it be a sale or whether it be training. It helps you to move that thing forward when the person that is receiving that from you can see your face. In fact, I would love if I could see your face right now. But doing what I'm doing right now took practice. And sometimes you're going to be in situations, I know that you've been in situations and they're going to continue to happen where you can't see the people on the other side. And if you could see the people on the other side, it would feel so much better. It would feel so much easier. But sometimes we don't have that luxury. So I want to give you tools today that I have used for myself and I have used to help countless others with being comfortable on the stage that they're on, whether that be on the physical stage or, as we are right now, on camera. So, are you ready? If you're ready, give me a hashtag ready. And if this is not your first time here with me, you know I like to get a hashtag fire when there is something that you hear that just makes you go, yes, give me a fire, and the thing that made you be on fire when you heard it today. So here we go. Here we go. The first secret to being confident on camera for your online presentations is to create your professional video presence. Create your professional video presence. Now, I know that it is super easy when you're at home doing your online presenting to feel like you have to have the perfect setup. And if you're watching me right now, because I can see that you are, thank you so much for being here with me live. When you are in your home and you're watching me right now, it's easy for you to think that what I've got, that, I've got some perfect setup behind me. Look, let me tell you. This took a minute to get to where I am. And it's going to take you a second to get to where you are too. That means you're going to have to take a little bit of time to set some things up and know what you're seeing with me right now. And if you're watching me on Instagram, you can see behind the scenes. If you go to the Dream Igniter on Instagram, then you'll see that what is behind me. There's stuff going on behind me. It's not perfect, but I have set it up forward facing so that what you're seeing is professional. And it takes some time to think about. It's going to take you some time to figure out what's going to work in your space. And that might mean that you have to do a little tidying up around the camera. I'm not telling you that you're going to have to go and clean your entire house. I mean, look, my entire house is not clean, and I'm sure some of the other people that you are so excited about watching on camera and they're in their home, I can bet your bottom dollar their entire house is not clean either. So but we need to create that professional presence to help the person that's on the other side of the screen feel confident in you. The confidence on camera is not just for you. Let me say that again. The confidence on camera is not just for you. It's an energy that you're giving to the person that's behind that screen. Whether you can see their faces or not, you are helping them to feel confident about working with you, whatever it is that you are presenting to them, helping them to feel confident that what it is that you're delivering to them is something that you know what you're talking about. You are creating that professional scene for them. It starts right there. Okay? Awesome. Let's move on to the next thing. Secret number 2, trade secret number 2 is to be aware of your vocal patterns. I know this is not a music lesson, this is not a voice lesson, but this comes from my years of number 1, being on the physical stage as a performer and as a speaker. And it comes from my years of actually coaching singers and teaching voice. So I know a thing or three about vocal patterns. And when I say vocal patterns, I'm not just talking about the uhs and ums. Those are some of the things for you to be aware of, and you already know that. You can read it anywhere, everywhere about uhs and ums. But you also have to be aware of the vocal patterns that you're creating with your melodic voice. Are you always speaking with a certain few pitches? Some people call it monotone, and to be fair, most of the people that we've called monotone are still using one or two or three pitches. But the thing is that they use those one or two or three or even five pitches over and over, 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 and over again. And that's what makes it feel monotone. So you need to be aware of that. And the only way that you can become aware of that is to do another thing that people don't often like to do, but it's necessary to do. And that is trade secret number 3: practice, practice, practice. And this thing is that practice makes permanent. This is something that I learned from my father years and centuries and eons ago. My father always said to us, practice makes permanent. He never said practice makes perfect, because practice doesn't make perfect. And I'm not looking for perfection, because what you practice becomes permanent. So if you practice imperfectly, you will permanently be imperfect. So may remember that practice makes permanence. So practice the things that you want to have happening on the screen. And when that comes to your voice, that means that you're going to have to take the time to get on camera, record yourself, and listen back. I know. You may not like looking at yourself on the screen. You may not like hearing your own voice, but here is the thing, chicken wang. If you don't like to hear you or watch you, then why should we? I'm going to need you to get okay with you on screen and with your voice that is coming through the airwaves to the ears of the people listening to you. And that means you're going to have to practice using different vocal pitches, using different vocal dynamics, using different body movement while you're on the camera. And if you notice, I am animated. I'm animated when I talk, in person, physically, on the camera, wherever I am animated. I'm not telling you that you have to be me. But what I am telling you is that the only way that you discover who you really are when it comes to being on screen, and sometimes even in life, is to record yourself and see what it is that you're doing, so that when you go back to the audience being in front of you, that you have practiced in the things that you want to be permanent in your online presence. So I hope that what I'm talking with you about is really, really helpful and impactful for you. And I want to know that you are going out and using these tools. So after today, come back to this video or just DM me and let me know that you've been practicing and you've been setting up your online presence so that when people see you online, that they can trust what it is that they're seeing on the screen, because you've created that professional online presence and you have been aware of your vocal patterns, and you've included yummy different vocal dynamics to help draw your listener in. Think about your favorite speakers, and I always go back to Oprah. When I think about people's voices and yummy, delicious voices to listen to, and maybe she's not your favorite. If she's not your favorite, think about your favorite, okay? But those voices are practiced voices. Yes, like I said in the beginning, that there are some people that are born with a um, natural presence. Some people just have a natural presence, a natural voice that just makes you feel delicious about life. But even with their natural tendencies, they still have to practice the use of them and using them to their maximum, optimizing them. They have to practice those things in. They didn't just naturally become great at using their natural facilities. And I'm here to tell you that you have those same facilities. Maybe they've just been lying dormant in you, or maybe you've seen them every once in a while. Hey, they're on Instagram. Maybe you've only seen them every once in a while, but I am wanting you to know that they're there inside of you, waiting to come out so that you can do better in your online presentations. You can do better in your online meetings and see more people excited about what it is that you have to say every time you show up on camera. And I have one more thing for you. One more thing for you when it comes to the trade secrets of being confident on camera for your live presentations. And that thing is for you to visualize success. I know when you hear this, when you see me looking over here, I'm looking at Instagram because we've got some people joining us on Instagram as well. But I know that when you hear people say visualize success, it may rub you the wrong way. It may make you go, it may make your skin crawl. But let me bring some practicality to it for you. Every single athlete visualizes their success. You know, the thing is that it's not weird for them to sit down and meditate on the game that they're going to play and how they're going to win and the moves that they're going to make, all of those things. It's not weird for sports players to do it, but somehow it's weird for the rest of us. I want to normalize that. And when it comes to being on camera, when it comes to visualizing your success on camera, you know, to be fair and to be honest, right now, even though I can see that there are some of us, or some of you watching me live right now, I can't see your physical face. And so I'm visualizing you being there. I am visualizing and actively visualizing you being there with me and visualizing your face, which is why and how I can feel so engaged with you, because I can see you in my mind's eye. And I encourage you to also visualize your attendees, whoever that may be. And I'm asking you to do this before you go live. See their faces, see the people that you're talking to, visualize them being just like, yes, everything you're saying is gold, and I can't wait to work with you. Or get that thing that you have. I want you to visualize all of that before you get to that call with them, before you get to that meeting with them, so that when you get to the meeting in front of them, everything feels natural, everything feels easy. I'm going to finish this up with a story about this, in my a personal story about how I use this in my real life. So this is from my time on the physical stage, and there was a moment when I was out on the cruise ships, as you do. And I was asked to perform my solo show. This was the first time that I had performed my solo show on the cruise ship. I'd already done it in other places, but I'd never done it on the cruise ship before. And I had a few weeks to get ready for it, or did I have a week? I don't know. I didn't have a long amount of time, but um, I had at least a week to get ready for it because the cruise director had asked me to do it. And as I got ready, I didn't necessarily have a stage to practice on, and they gave me, I think, maybe one night before my actual show to practice, which is not normal. But they gave me one time to practice it because I wasn't a fly-on entertainer. I was there to do the production show, so I was there all the time. But I didn't necessarily have access to the stage to practice it multiple times and to be in front of an audience and practice it multiple times. And so I had to visualize doing my show before I got to be in front of that audience. And let me tell you, the way that I visualized it, thankfully, I was fortunate enough to know what the stage looked like before I got there because I've been on that stage so many times doing production shows. And I could remember what that stage felt like. But in my cabin, every day, before I did my first show solo, every day in my cabin, I would go through and visualize my entire 45-minute show. I did my entire 45-minute show in my head, in my cabin, every day. And I saw the audience. I saw where I was moving on stage. I saw where they were on, where the musicians were. I imagined playing with the musicians. I imagined playing with the audience. I visualized every single thing. I visualized when I would look to my left and see the audience there excited and clapping and applauding everything that I was doing on stage. I visualized looking at the back of the theater and seeing those people back there enjoying themselves and having such a great time. I visualized the entire thing to the point that when I did finally do my actual show on that physical stage with the band, all 7 pieces of them, by the time I got done, I remember one of my castmates asked me, "Wait a minute, have you done this before?" And I said, "No." And she said, "Well, where in the world did you practice? Are you sure? Because it looks like you've done that show a million times." And in truth, I had done the show a million times. No, I didn't do it a million times on stage, but there is some truth to be had and some truth to the fact that visualization works. It's the reason why athletes do it all the time. And I am encouraging you to do the same thing with your presentations. Visualize the success that you're going to have by the end of your presentation. Visualize the people enjoying what it is that you have to say. Visualize the people saying, "Yes, I want it. Give it to me. Give it to me." Maybe they're not singing. I don't know. But visualize that. And I can tell you from experience that using that will definitely help make you feel more confident and look more confident on camera. So let's recap, shall we? And before we do, again, thank you so much for being here with me live on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, and on Instagram. Thank you for being here with me. And let's go over those things that I gave you, the trade secrets. Recap the trade secrets of being live on camera confident, live on camera confidence. Here we go. Trade secret number 1 is to create your professional video presence. That means how you look on screen. Create that professional video presence so that when you pop up, your video turns on, the person that's on the other side is confident in you and your ability to help them because you took the time to get yourself together, to set yourself up to look like you are the authority on screen. Trade secret number 2 is to be aware of your vocal patterns. Just because you have a voice doesn't mean that we only want to hear 1, 2, and 3, 5 colors. We want to hear more. We want you to draw us in. And the only way that you can do that is to be aware of more than just the uhs and the ums, but be aware of the vocal colors and the vocal dynamics that you're using to emphasize the points that you are speaking into the camera. And secret number 3 is that practice makes permanent. So, if you are practicing bad habits, you are permanently putting those bad habits into your on-camera presence. So I encourage you to record yourself and practice what you'd like to do on screen. Practice the good things, go take notes, and then come back and bring those good things back and practice those good things in so that they are permanently a part of what it is that you do on camera. And number 4, trade secret number 4 is to visualize success. It's something that we think that is only for the athletes to do, but it's definitely for those of us who are on the stage, speaking, presenting, online, or on the physical stage. It's for us to do as well, so that we can feel confident before we get in front of our audience to present what it is that we have to present to them. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I have had an incredible time being back with you. It's been so good to be back on camera with you, and I am looking forward to the weeks to come. And again, if you love what you heard today, then definitely spread this around your virtual water cooler with your colleagues. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Remember that everything that you do can go far beyond.